afternoon. There are many people in this room, and there is a finite amount of oxygen. So I have been advised to caution you, breathe short, don't inhale deeply, and we'll get through this program. But we're all delighted that you're here. Relax. This is a very special occasion. As Dean of the Harvard Extension School, and on behalf of the faculty and staff, I extend a warm welcome to the undergraduate liberal arts degree candidates from the Harvard Extension School class of 2011, their families, friends, and well-wishers on this, the 375th year of Harvard University and the 360th graduation of Harvard University, an historic moment. As graduates of the Harvard Extension School, you become part of a distinguished Harvard academic tradition, one of which you and your families and friends should feel justly honored and proud. The founding of Harvard Extension School dates from January 1910. The fact that it was created by the newly elected president of Harvard, Abbot Lawrence Lowell, who was also the trustee of the Lowell Institute of Boston, ensured that the new evening program would be firmly rooted and well nourished in the soil of Harvard Yard. The first year, 16 courses were taught and 863 women and men enrolled from the local community. This year, by comparison, 624 courses were taught and 13,500 people registered. Our community is no longer local, but global. Nearly 1 student in 5 was an international student at the Harvard Extension School this year. And according to their citizenship, they hailed from 124 countries around the world. As graduates, you should know that the Harvard Extension School is very much a part of Harvard University. Although there were many Harvard schools founded before the Harvard Extension School, such as the Divinity School, the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences, the Medical School, the Dental School, the Law School, and the Business School. There were also many founded after us, such as the Graduate School of Education, the John F. Kennedy School of Government, the School of Public Health, Graduate School of Design, and the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Similarly, in terms of degrees and certificates awarded, last year, for example, we presented 703 graduates. In this respect, we have more graduates than the Divinity School, the Medical School, the Dental School, the Design School, the School of Public Health, the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, the Graduate School of Education, and the Kennedy School of Government. I share these facts with you so that you can appreciate that although we may not be the oldest and the largest school at Harvard, we are definitely not the youngest or the smallest either. Since our founding, we have provided undergraduate and graduate instruction to an estimated 500,000 women and men. But we have only awarded slightly more than 14,000 degrees and graduate certificates. In other words, only about 3% of the hundreds of thousands who enroll for courses in the Harvard Extension School actually get a degree. and become alumni of the university. Verily, it can be said of you and of those who preceded you as degree and certificate recipients, in the apt words of the Bible, many are called, but few are chosen. You are the chosen ones today, and we salute you on your academic achievement. Every student and every graduate of the Harvard Extension School tries to define for him or herself the distinctive experience of attending our evening academic program. How best can we describe what it means to attend Harvard at night? I believe no one has captured the experience better than Seamus Heaney, who celebrated Harvard University's 350th anniversary by reciting his villanelle for an anniversary at the convocation held in Tercentenary Theater of Harvard Yard on Friday, September 6, 1986. I recall vividly the occasion as I was seated on the platform when Seamus Heaney, dressed resplendently in his scarlet, blue, and white academic robes of his alma mater, Queen's University, Belfast, and in a richly resonant voice recited the concluding quatrain of his poem. Begin again where frost and tests were hard. Find yourself or founder. Here, imagine, a spirit moves. John Harvard walks the yard. The books stand open and the gates unbarred. It was an electric effect on the audience. The villanelle, with its evocative structure of 5 tercets and a quatrain, and with its repetitions of the rhymes of the opening tercet, a spirit moved, John Harvard walked the yard, and the books stand open and the gates unbarred, echoed in the minds of the audience members as they applauded their appreciation. But for the Extension School students and graduates, the poem sums up poetically what it means to study at night in Harvard Yard, where you find yourself or founder, with the spirit of John Harvard palpably in evidence, and with the books in Grossman or Widener or Lamont open and the gates of Harvard Yard unbarred. Last year, we celebrated the centennial year of the Harvard Extension School, and I wrote a history for our school for that occasion, distributed by the Harvard University Press. The title of my history appropriately was The Gates Unbarred, in recognition of Seamus Heaney's memorable villanelle and its relevance to the Harvard Extension School. Incidentally, less than a decade after reciting his poem at Harvard's convocation, Seamus Heaney was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature, thereby becoming the first member of the Harvard faculty in letters to be so honored. And I was delighted to read in the paper the other day when Queen Elizabeth went to Ireland for a state occasion, at her table grinning was none other than Seamus Heaney. Perhaps it is appropriate now to say a word about your profile as the graduating class of 2011. We are this May hosting 4 separate, distinct commencements. This is one of 4. A record number of 738 degree and certificate candidates will receive their degrees from the Harvard Extension School. The majority of you are women. The Harvard Extension School historically has always enrolled more women than men each and every year of its operation. We have 12 students graduating with an Associate in Arts degree this year and 146 with the Bachelor of Liberal Arts. Of the Bachelor of Liberal Arts recipients, nearly half, 47%, are graduating with honors. And the age range for our undergraduate degree recipients is from 16 to 76 years, a span of 60 years. The shortest time to earn an ALB degree was 2 years. Some students completed their ALB with 2 full years of transfer credit from other institutions and attended the Harvard Extension School full time. So much for the hares. The Tortoise Award. This year, for the longest time to complete an undergraduate degree, is 34 years. There's Gene Chambers in the audience. Gene, rise, please. After high school, in 1970, Gene Chambers attended Northeastern University to earn her Associate in Science degree in Dental Hygiene. A few years later, in 1977 and 78, while she was working in dentistry, she took a few undergraduate credit courses in government, economics, and environmental health in the evening in the Harvard Extension School. Her full-time work and family intervened, and it would be a full 26 years later until Jean could return to Harvard and begin working on her undergraduate degree in earnest. Now, on the sunny side of 60, and 34 years after her first extension course, Jean has finally earned her undergraduate degree with a concentration in the sciences and a field of study in environmental studies. We honor you today, Jean, and admire your unshakable resolve that made earning your long-awaited degree possible. Of our undergraduate degrees will be conferred on Harvard staff, representing Harvard Business School, Harvard Graduate School of Arts and Sciences, Harvard Medical School, Harvard Faculty of Arts and Sciences, Harvard School of Public Health, Harvard Public Affairs and Communications, the University Operations Service, and our own Division of Continuing Education. Of the ALB graduates in the class of 2011, 95% transferred from other colleges. They came from local institutions such as Boston College, Boston University, Emerson College, Hampshire College, Northeastern, Simmons, Tufts University, University of Massachusetts, and Wheaton College. They also came from such Ivy League and national colleges and universities as Harvard College, Carnegie Mellon, Case Western Reserve, Cornell University, George Washington University, New York University, MIT, and the University of California at Berkeley. And they came from international institutions in Australia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Brazil, Canada, China, Ecuador, and Israel. For the future, the majority of our AA candidates are going on for the ALB. 15% of the ALB students plan to apply for a new job within their concentration. Another 10% plan to start their own businesses, and a full 40% plan to pursue advanced degrees in arts and science, business, clinical psychology, education, government, journalism, law, and public health. Students have already been accepted at Boston College, Boston University, Emerson College, Hofstra University, Mills College, Penn State University, Suffolk University, University of Denver, and the University of Iowa's Writers' Workshop. In conclusion, to the class of 2011, in all your diversity, in all your distinction, in all your achievement, we salute you and wish you continued success. We come now to the awards and prizes part of the program. A description of each prize will be found in your program, so please look them up. And we will begin with Dean Mary Higgins, who will present the Carmen Espinano Teaching Award for Outstanding Teaching in Foreign Language, and Petra T. Shattuck, Excellence in Teaching Award to Harvard Extension faculty. Very good.
Hearty congratulations to the graduating class and a warm welcome to family, friends, and faculty. I would like to pose a question for you. What would you do if you had a second chance in life? For many of us here today, we chose to return to school and fulfill a dream that was left undone. It was a fresh start, unhindered by mistakes or misfortune of the past, and a chance to pursue our passion or find a new one. During my time at Harvard, I discovered inspiration in the field of sustainability. From a pure definition standpoint, sustainability is the capacity to endure and carry on. It is also thought to encompass three responsibilities: economic, environmental, and social. I realized that the Harvard Extension School satisfies these three responsibilities and thus offers us a sustainable education. From an economic standpoint, we have gained the immense value of knowledge, opening the door to numerous possibilities and competitive advantage. The world-class faculty inspired us to reach for new heights, and we profited immediately from access to this remarkable network of experts. Socially, we have met students from all walks of life, coming together in a collaborative effort to become better citizens of the world. This international community is the ideal of peace and cooperation for the common good. It has been a great privilege to exchange ideas and gain insight from varied perspectives of fellow scholars. From the environmental aspect, we have united as partners in the shared experience of life. And as caretakers of our world, we found ways to utilize our knowledge for beneficial purpose. It is an invigorating time. Not only are we participants in an era of new energy discovery, but there is also developed a new sense of duty toward our future generations. Beyond responsibility, a sustainable education is about overcoming adversity, carrying on through the toughest times. Some of you may have conquered hardship to be here today, having the fortitude to follow through. On personal reflection, many obstructions thread my dream of Harvard. I started my journey as a mother far from home, frantically running around Harvard Yard with a load of books in one hand and my toddler daughter in the other. She gave new meaning to the idea of creative study. In subsequent semesters, I lost my mother and my husband lost a job during a time when many people were losing their homes. But this is not a story about loss. On the contrary, it is about perseverance. Once you have a second chance at a dream, it is hard to relinquish. Everyone has or will endure hardship at some point in their lives. The defining moment is how you deal with it. My grandmother lived through the Russian Revolution, 2 world wars, and the Great Depression. She was the epitome of resilience, much like the dedicated and hardworking graduates that we honor here today. With so many responsibilities, the tenacity to sustain our education was no small feat. Prolific extension students are familiar with sacrifice and dedication, coping with work and careers, children and family, health problems, lost jobs, and sleep deprivation. It is the perseverance to obtain our education despite all these competing obstacles that is significant. Harvard's online course options provided opportunity for students to partake in the world-class academics despite distance or circumstance. Moreover, in the halls of Harvard, we learn to deal with failure and keep going. Many of us may have a test or two to prove that point. Life can certainly be challenging. To sustain your dreams, that is a true accomplishment. It is my hope that our class will serve as an inspiration to those who may believe their dream is too hard, too expensive, or out of reach. Especially during these turbulent times, not only our country but our entire world has been put to the test. In the midst of recessionary hardship, we have been witness to crumbling economies and nations still fighting for democracy. But this has not been a solitary journey. I am proud to be part of an institution that pulled together to aid devastated countries such as Haiti and Japan. It is in witness of efforts such as these, which heed the call to help our global community, that my hope is renewed. For beyond the rigors of a typical academic curriculum, there is another key element of education that we have received at Harvard: understanding and compassion for our fellow man. I cannot think of a greater benefit, as ultimately this education has helped us to sustain our humanity. So on this celebratory day, we have much to be thankful for. I'm thrilled and honored to be sharing this memorable experience with all of you. It is truly a day of new beginnings for us and a continuation of our sustainable education as we go forth and share our newfound knowledge. Let us rejoice in this tremendous achievement. Best wishes to all.
The names of the degree recipients.
I first want to say, on behalf of the entire undergraduate staff, Marco Chita, Lynn Rubley, Ann Wright, Maureen Worth, Annalise Torgensen, that we wish all of our undergraduate students a very, very warm congratulations on their hard-earned degree today. We're going to begin with our Associate in Arts candidates. Ruth Ann Callan. Antonio Garcia. Leonardo Rafael Del Nevi. Heather Ty Dobbs. Isabel Landers Holt. George William Jewell II. Vanessa Jones. Teresa Wanjiko Muishiji. Monica Tesorero. Diana Vermilia. have our class marshal starting the Bachelor of Liberal Arts degrees. Our first class marshal is Jody Allen, cum laude. Shani Eleanor Leichner, cum laude. Alan Nagami Idunago. Susan Livingston Albrigo. Cum laude. Arjuna Gail Cooper Anderson. Eric Michael Anderson. Stephen Randall Anderson Jr., cum laude. Raymond Lee Andrews III, cum laude. Tanya Alexandra Aruda, cum laude. Chris William Bachauchin. Nancy Howell Rogers Baker, cum laude. Valerie Ball. David Burakshin, cum laude. Joy Bankson. Gretchen Bell Bennett, cum laude. Susanna Blana, cum laude. Scott Blue, cum laude. Ruben Borges. Frank Macklin Raymond, cum laude. Erica Francis Brandt. Hannah Hoffman Bryan, cum laude. Yasmin K. Brooks, cum laude. Ingeborg Kagner Burgess, cum laude. Elizabeth Cameron. Victorine K. Cantrell. Erin Cash. Jean Chambers, cum laude. Carrie Elizabeth Chandler, cum laude. Yen Choi. Damini Chopra. Paige Taylor Connors. Amanda Corey Cooperston. Michael Cox, cum laude. Christopher Jason Crosby, cum laude. Hannah Rich Davidson, cum laude. Guy Luis de la Cruz, cum laude. Pamela Lynn Di Gregorio. Roberto Miguel Del Pozo. Stephen Mark Demiz, cum laude. Adam Joseph Demos. Megan Colleen Drury. Linda Helen Dudarik, cum laude. Diane Robinson Epstein, cum laude. Mateed Lee Ferguson.
Yay!
Luke Garcia. Christina Alvarez Girding. Laura Rain Gerhardt. Shona Glasgow. Jared Graves. Michael Carson Griffith. Megan Halligan, cum laude. Michael Handelman, cum laude. Jennifer Sargent Horwaith. Celine Hunter. Christopher Rogers Ivy. John Shohei, cum laude. Tracy Denise Jones, cum laude. Andrew Keene, cum laude. Lander McFall Kirby. Thomas Michael King II, cum laude. Zachary Abraham Kovat, cum laude. Jennifer Ann Kramer, cum laude. Christina Ann Leck. Michael Lee. Martin Howard Siegfried Levinson. Tamara Levy. Cum laude. Timotouche Leftak. Rose Kandari Lincoln, cum laude. Marion Orchard Lydek, cum laude. Lauren McCarthy. Jason Ty Masker, cum laude. Gianmarco Francesco Massimino, cum laude. Stephanie Messina. Alex Oleg Mular, cum laude. Jeffrey Paul O'Neill. Siobhan O'Shaughnessy, cum laude. John Owens. Amy Daria Patterson. Holly Florence Perot. Jennifer Nicole Peterson, cum laude. Cecilia Fillion King, cum laude. Thomas Wharton Phillips V. Athena Pichotto. Trevor Law Hogue. Robin Edith Pulsifer. Gordana Pushkarevich. Emmett Quinn, cum laude. Bradley Rausch, cum laude. Michael J. Richardson, cum laude. Collins Tyler Riggin. Rafaela de Campos Rodriguez. Juan Sebastian Rodriguez Cavido. Brandon Eugene Roos. Samuel Samuel Israel Seidel Goldie, cum laude. Deborah Louise Schlee, cum laude. Megan Louise Shore, cum laude. Pamela Diane Simon. Amanda Serbow. Ruslav Slavenskoy. Michael Slutsky, cum laude. Justin Evan Smith. Vashti Lorraine Smith. Ethel Stafford. Taylor Lee Stanton. Yoshizo Tanaka, cum laude. Susan Tanhill. Amir Taragat. Damian Vasquez Colunas. Craig Delaner Walinziak. Elizabeth Walker. Matthew Stephen Wallace, cum laude. Jennifer Marie Webb. Sean Willis. Douglas Thomas Woodhouse, cum laude. Bobby Larklin Woods Urban. Rachel Dakota Wilbert, cum laude. Wei Ray Zong, cum laude.
We have a tradition in Harvard Extension School. We know that you could not be where you are if it weren't for the people back there. So rise, turn around, and by your applause, show how much you appreciate it. We go now to the recessional, and it is 7 minutes after 2. Any of you who want to go to Harvard Yard,